It was a chilly Friday evening in downtown Nashville. The streets were alive with chatter, the occasional honk of a car, and the faint melodies of street performers scattered along the sidewalks. Among them was Emma, a young musician in her early 20s. With her worn-out acoustic guitar slung across her shoulder, she nervously set up her small amp and a tip jar that held just a few coins. Emma's dream had always been to make it big in music, but reality hadn't been kind. She'd been playing on these streets for months, barely earning enough to pay for a meal. Tonight, she decided to play her heart out with one of her favorite songs, All Too Well, by Taylor Swift. As she strummed the opening chords, her voice trembling at first, a few passers-by stopped to listen. Her rich, soulful tone began to draw more attention, and a small crowd started to gather. But Emma didn't notice. She was lost in the music, pouring every ounce of emotion into the song that had meant so much to her over the years. Unbeknownst to her, a woman in a baseball cap and oversized sunglasses had stopped at the edge of the crowd. She stood still, listening intently. It was Taylor Swift herself, blending into the crowd, her face partially hidden by the brim of her cap. Taylor wasn't supposed to be out that night. She had planned to spend the evening working on new material, but something had drawn her to the streets. As she listened to Emma sing, she felt a pang of nostalgia. The raw emotion, the vulnerability in the girl's voice, reminded her of herself when she first started. The small crowd cheered as Emma's song ended. Emboldened by their applause, she decided to play another Taylor Swift classic, You Belong With Me. Taylor smiled under her cap, humming along quietly. She couldn't believe how beautifully this young woman was interpreting her songs, but the night wasn't going well for Emma. Despite the growing crowd, only a few people had dropped money into her tip jar. She glanced at it between songs, her heart sinking. Still, she put on a brave face and kept singing. Her determination struck a chord with Taylor, who decided it was time to do something extraordinary. Emma began another song, this time one of her own originals. The crowd thinned slightly, as it often did when she switched from popular covers to her own music. But Taylor stayed. In fact, she stepped closer, edging her way to the front of the crowd. As Emma finished her song, Taylor clapped loudly, catching Emma's attention. Their eyes met, and Emma froze. There was something familiar about this woman, but she couldn't quite place it. Taylor spoke, her voice clear and kind. "You have an incredible voice. Do you mind if I join you for a song?" The crowd gasped. Emma's jaw dropped. "Wait, are you Taylor Swift?" she stammered. Taylor pulled off her cap and sunglasses, revealing her unmistakable face. The crowd erupted into cheers and pulled out their phones to capture the moment. Emma stood there stunned as Taylor picked up her guitar and smiled. "Let's sing together," she said warmly. Together, they started playing Love Story. Emma's voice blended beautifully with Taylor's, creating harmonies that gave the crowd goosebumps. More and more people gathered, spilling into the street and causing traffic to slow down. Drivers rolled down their windows trying to see what was happening. Emma felt like she was dreaming. Here she was, singing with her idol, as hundreds of people cheered them on. When they finished the song, the crowd erupted into applause, chanting for more. But Taylor held up her hand and addressed everyone. "Emma here has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. She's been out here sharing her gift with all of you. And I think she deserves something more than applause," Taylor said. She pulled out her phone and started a live stream, introducing Emma to her millions of followers. "This is Emma, and she's about to blow your minds," Taylor said, turning the spotlight fully on the young musician. Emma performed one of her original songs for the live stream, her nerves melting away as Taylor stood beside her, cheering her on. Comments flooded in, praising her voice and asking where they could hear more of her music. After the performance, Taylor whispered something to Emma. She then addressed the crowd again. "Hello, everyone. Emma is incredibly talented, and I want to help her take the next step in her career. Tonight, I'm inviting her to come to my studio and record her first single." Emma's eyes filled with tears. I don't even know what to say," she stammered, overwhelmed. The crowd cheered louder than ever, and strangers came forward to drop money into her tip jar, which was now overflowing. That night marked the beginning of a new chapter in Emma's life. Her story went viral, inspiring countless aspiring musicians. As for Taylor, she had once again shown the world that her kindness was as legendary as her music. Sometimes, a single moment can change everything. For Emma, it was the night she met Taylor Swift on a Nashville street corner. But the lesson here isn't just about luck or timing. It's about staying true to your passion, even when the odds seem stacked against you. You never know who might be watching. So, what do you think? Would you have recognized Taylor Swift if she'd walked past you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who needs a little inspiration today.